You can get close to it. Do you want to do it? Go for it. Just run it.
I got my degree from here.
Can you hold that?
Now, last month I had over 20. I'm not comparing my suffering to what students who have no future because they can't afford their bills are going through, or people whose homes are being foreclosed, or people whose lives are torn apart by deportation. But I'm saying all of the 99% are suffering because of this crisis. So nothing has changed yet, but we've shown that we have the potential support out there. Students are leading the way now. We in the Occupy movement aren't leading the way anymore. You're leading the way right now. And we need you to do that. We need the spirit of the struggle on the campuses to set an example. We need you to stop these budget cuts so that everyone else can see how it's done. But if you do, even if we can together stop these budget cuts, there's going to be more on the way because there's a more fundamental problem going on. And so what I'm here to invite all of you to do today is, first of all, join the people who organized this event. And second of all, when you've organized yourselves here as you are doing, as this represents, join the Occupy movement.
Yeah.
Paul and I were passing around flyers a few minutes ago. We didn't know we'd need this many flyers. We only bought 200. Some of you will still have those flyers. They are about May Day, and they are about a meeting this Saturday at the Occupy site to plan for May Day. And we want students to be part of this fight. We've been saying that May Day this year is about uniting workers, Occupy, and immigrants. But I think what we need to add to that is students. Thank you.
Some of you may be wondering what the millionaire's tax is and hesitant to sign a paper if you don't know what it is. So we're lucky enough to have somebody on campus today who was vital in putting that legislation together. So please give a very warm welcome to Jose with the millionaire's tax.
A lot of mud there. Be careful walking over. All right, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the organizers for putting this together. I'm here to talk to you about some solutions, right? So who's been... Can you hear me now? Good? Okay. So who's been to a protest or rally about education since 2008? At least one. Who's been? Yes? Okay. So I've been there too, right? You might have not noticed me because I wasn't speaking back then. But it's important to now to come up with some solutions. And there are solutions out there. This millionaire's tax is one of them. Who here is a millionaire, by the way? Well, of course not, right? We wouldn't be in a state school. So we're not millionaires, okay? That's clear, and that's fine. But the bottom line is that the GDP in California has grown and doubled since 1987 in California. Meanwhile, the income tax for the wealthy, the people earning over $1 million, over $2 million, has not increased. It's actually decreased. So when you hear about this millionaire's tax, that's right. So when you hear about this millionaire's tax and people tell you, oh, the millionaires already pay a lot of money in the state, they do this, they do that, let me tell you something. That's right, that is bullshit. Let me tell you, millionaires are actually paying lower income tax than they were back in 1985. They're paying lower. Meanwhile, GDP is growing, they're still making a lot more money, and they're not sharing the fruit of that wealth with any of us in order to invest for our infrastructure, for our education, and so we got to do something, right? So who here's registered to vote? All right. So there's tons of these petitions going around, so please go ahead and sign it. It actually increases the taxes to 5% those people that earn over $2 million, and 3% to those people that earn over $1 million. Now, is that socialism? What is that? That's
economic justice, that's right. That economic justice. That is the state willing to say, we have a future, and our children are our future. Our education is our future. Somebody brought up earlier, prison spending. Here's a crazy fact. We spend more money in prison spending in the state of California than we do higher education. How crazy is that? People go into prison for the rest of their lives after a 3-strikes law for something that might not be violent, right? Just getting high. Fine. But don't put that person in prison for the rest of their lives. And the state of California spends over $50,000 per person to be put in prison. Who wants to take a guess on how much money they spend for us, for the average SDSU and UC student to go to education per year? Again. They put a little more than zero, right? $7,600 is the average. So we see our priorities are a little screwed up, right? $7,000 to put us through school, $50,000 to put somebody in prison. That is absurd. So look, there's actually a petition going around for the millionaire tax that I just talked to you about, and there's a petition going around for the 3-strikes laws to be removed. So hopefully a lot of these people that have been put in jail will be free. So if you're interested, please, yeah. So if you're interested in campaigning, I'm actually gathering signatures for this, and so are a whole bunch of other people. So if you're interested in gathering signatures, please do so. If you're interested in 3-strikes law, please get active, and thank you.
Awesome! Thank you so much. And where are those petitions right now? Jose? All over the place. One at the back table. One over here.
One at the back table, and there's people walking around with.
All right, cool. Okay, Diana, Trinidad, are you here? Okay.